And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed. To you it shall be for food. Genesis 1:29. Man did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. Psalm 78:25. Everyday Manna with Lisa.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Everyday Manna. Today I have got my two favorite guest chefs. I have my son Austin and my other son Aaron, and we love to cook together and we love to bake together, don't we guys?
Yes.
So today they're going to help me. We're going to be making some homemade potato soup, and then we are going to make some chocolatey chocolate muffins. Or cupcakes. I guess they would really be cupcakes because it's a cake with a wonderful chocolate ganache over the top. You could make that a bundt cake or a regular cake, but we're going to make cupcakes out of it today. So you ready to get started, guys?
Yes.
Yes? All right. The first thing that we're going to do is start our soup because that needs to simmer for just a few minutes. Now already on the stove, we have a soup pot, and I have got in there. You know how you can buy the boxes of the stock today in the grocery stores? We've already got 2 boxes of chicken stock and then 1 can of the vegetable stock. If you have never tried the vegetable stock that comes in the cans or the boxes, but this time I just used a can, it is wonderful. It is delicious, and it just adds a different flavor to the stock. So we've already got 2 boxes of chicken stock and 1 can of vegetable stock. I have peeled, and we are going to finish dicing a 5-pound bag of potatoes because we're going to be feeding a crew today. So we've already peeled, and we're going to finish dicing up our potatoes. And we've got a 5-pound bag of potatoes that we just have already peeled, and we're going to put those in. We're going to let those be simmering for just a few minutes. Here, let me step over behind Austin so I don't knock it in front of him. And we're just going to add our potatoes. Yay. Be very careful. Guys, you know when you're adding anything to a hot pot, what do we need to do?
Be careful.
Be very careful because it will splatter up and get you. So add your potatoes.
Left one in there.
Huh? Oh, I did. Thank you, Aaron. Such a good helper. He let me know I left a potato in there. So let's get that and then put our lid back on.
Then I'm all the way.
It's okay. And we're going to chop up, don't put your hand on that, that's hot. We're going to chop up 2 carrots, and we're going to add that. So I've already peeled our carrots. Let's just chop off the ends, and we're going to chop them up into, I don't know, they're kind of a little bit on the big side, so we're going to cut them up into quarters. Yes,
we're going to cut them up into pieces.
In 2 pieces.
In 2 pieces of inches of tiny pieces.
You don't need to hold that. They'll get that back there. You just need to talk.
And we are also going to cut everything and then make a cake.
Yep, we're going to finish our soup first. We're going to get it boiling.
We are going to make our potato soup, and then we are going to make cupcakes and cakes.
We are.
But first, we are going to make cupcakes after the potato soup.
We love potato soup. Hey, Aaron, Austin, what do you like to eat? Would you tell everybody what's your favorite thing to eat?
My favorite thing to eat is cucumbers, but my most favorite thing to eat is fish sticks. They're really good.
You do love fish sticks.
Because they're made of fish.
And
sticks.
And fish is very good, isn't it? And very healthy. Aaron, what things do you like to eat? Be very careful adding to your soup. Aaron, can you tell everybody what you like to eat?
I love eat carrots. Pizza and...
Pizza?
Cheese sticks.
Aaron's favorite. Yes, you do like cheese sticks.
Aaron's favorite thing to eat is pizza because that's his favorite meat.
Now, boys, we have got 2 stalks of celery.
Right? Yes, we do.
Can I cut up?
We have 2 stalks of celery, and we are going to cut them up into strips.
No, you can't.
We are going to cut these up into strips, and then chop them.
We're going to chop them into, what's that called? Do you know, Austin?
Tiny, crunchy pieces.
Tiny, crunchy pieces. That's called dicing, boys. Did you know that? Yeah. When you cut something big into a smaller piece, when it's a vegetable like that.
It's called dicing.
It's called dicing the vegetables, isn't it? Be very careful because Mommy's knife is very sharp.
And if it's,
Excuse me.
And if you're cutting something very sharp, be very careful. And if you are cooking something very hot and you are close to it, do not get close to it. Do not stick your head in it. Do not do anything.
Because why?
Because you will get burned.
You will get burned, won't you? Next, we're going to add.
And it doesn't feel that good.
And burns don't feel good, do they?
No, it feels bad. It feels hot.
And cutting your finger doesn't feel good either, does it?
No.
It'll kill you.
Well, it won't. Well, it can. You're right, Aaron. It can kill you. We're going to just use an onion. We're going to chop up an onion. I'm listening. Yes, baby. Oh, how you got a scar? Yes, you do have a scar on your finger, don't you? How did you get that scar?
Because I was cutting her flower thing.
You were cutting some flowers that Mommy had made.
No, not flowers, that foam thing that they go in.
You know the little foam thing that you put flowers in? He was cutting that, and he cut his finger very bad, didn't he?
It's a thumb.
Your thumb. And we thought we were going to need stitches, but we didn't. So now we're dicing an onion, aren't we? Be careful. Mommy's got a knife in her hand. What? Yes. Yeah, that's okay. Now we're dicing our onion, and we're going to put that in the pot, and then we're going to let that simmer. You know, you need to use cooking. Aaron, can you sit in the seat, please, not on the counter? You need to use cooking as a teaching tool with your children. Get them in the kitchen with you. The boys love to help me. Whenever I make mashed potatoes, you mash the potatoes, don't you?
And one time I was cutting them with a very sharp knife, but nothing happened.
I did let you cut knives, so I'm teaching them.
Aaron doesn't always behave well.
Oh, yeah, well, most of the time he does. But you know something that you need to do at an early age is to teach your children to use knives. I will let the boys occasionally, we will let them use a knife to cut, because you want to teach them the proper way to use tools. We're going to stir up our soup. Now remember, that is 2 quarts or boxes of chicken stock, 1 can of vegetable stock, 2 carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and a medium onion. And we're going to bring that to a boil, and we're going to let that simmer for just a couple of minutes. That's okay, baby. We're going to bring that up to a boil. We're going to let that simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to add some wonderful things to it. We're going to thicken it up with cream, and oh, so good. But now, guys, we are going to make some chocolatey chocolate cupcakes. Now, those have got lots of chocolate chips. Do you like chocolate chips?
Yes.
Yes, you do, don't you? And we're going to make those into cupcakes. When we come back, we'll be back in just a minute, and then we will start our cupcakes. Say we'll be right back.
We'll be right back soon. Goodbye.
Hi, and welcome back. And yes, okay.
Welcome back. We are going to make the cake now. And while the soup is still boiling, we're going to make the cake. And we're also going to use eggs, chocolate chips, and pretzels.
No, pecans.
And pecans.
Sour cream.
And sour cream. And the cake mix. And that.
Oil and water.
Oil and
some
water.
chocolate pudding.
And some chocolate pudding.
Okay, what we're making today, guys, we're going to make what's called chocolatey chocolate cupcakes.
Ooh,
Thank you,
that
darling.
sounds really
And
good.
you know what?
That really sounds really good.
You love chocolate cake, don't you?
Yeah, it's my favorite with the icing on it.
And
And it's also good with sprinkles and everything you can do with
it sure is. Now tell them what we have on the stove, Aaron. What do we have over here? Mommy's going to go over here. What do we have right here, Aaron? Do you remember? What have we got boiling away over here?
It's even more stove.
We're making a pot of potato soup.
And it's also more steaming than it was last time.
Yeah, because it's boiling.
And it's also dripping some
on the stove.
Some
That's
of the
okay.
drops onto the stove, but that isn't a problem.
No, that's not a problem. We can clean
it?
it up. You know what, guys? When you get your children in the kitchen and you cook things together and you get them in there, it's family time. It's quality time. It's teaching your children, but you're learning so much more from them. It's family time. And you know what, guys? That's what God wants us to do, isn't it? He wants us to love each other and to spend quality time together.
Oh.
And you know, you may be saying, what in the world does a cooking show have to do with Christian television? Well, that's one of the goals of this program, is to bring ministry into the home, to show how you can incorporate quality family time. And when Jesus taught and ministered in the years that he was here, so much of his ministry revolved around, you know, sharing a meal one with the other. And I so enjoy being in the kitchen with my boys, don't I?
Yes, and also, everything is going to be good. You can let your kids cook breakfast, dinner, or lunch, or anything you want them to cook.
Yes,
Just make sure they use the right recipes, and if they want you to help them, always you can help them if the child wants you to. But if they don't have the right recipes, tell them the right recipes and get the right things out so you can start cooking.
Well, I think we better start
You
cooking.
need to cook.
We need to start cooking. So let's get busy, guys. We're going to take help. Okay. We're going to take help in some ways today. And you know what? I have found, honestly, that the cake mixes that you buy in the store, for the most part, most of them are just as good as things that you bake from scratch. You can doctor them up in so many ways. So we have one box of a chocolate cake mix. And Erin, if you will just pour that in there, just dump it out in the bowl. There you go. Okay, our bowl. And then we're going to take one instant chocolate pudding mix and put that in there. This is a triple decker chocolate cake, and it is so good, all of it.
And it also smells delicious.
It does smell delicious.
And it also looks coloring and fun, but don't let your kids play in it.
No, we don't want to play. Now we're going to add
some sour cream for it.
Sour cream. Can Mama do this so I can get it all out?
Yeah.
Then I'll let you do this.
And she's going to do it.
Oh, it adds moisture and flavor, and it is so yummy in a cake. You can take a boxed cake mix and just doctor it up, and it's so good.
And if you also want to use sour cream, you can, but if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Well, you have to replace it with something. You know, you could substitute, Austin, if you didn't have sour cream, you could substitute 8 ounces of applesauce. And that would be yummy and add a lot of moisture, wouldn't it, Erin?
Also, do anything you want to cook.
Yep, you can. All right.
But you also could do anything for your kids.
Okay, let's tell them what Bubby's adding. We got to get this in the oven.
And
Erin is adding, just a minute, half a cup of canola oil and half a cup of water. Pour it all in there.
And Aaron shall pour it all the way in there.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, isn't he?
Because Aaron is responsible for things.
He is. And then we have about, 6 to 8 ounces or so of just milk chocolate chips. You're going to help me mix with that. All right, pour those in there. What we haven't eaten.
And Aaron shall pour the chocolate chips into this, and Mama shall crack the eggs.
Now we have a bowl over here that we've been kind of snacking on. We're going to add 4 large eggs. Now Mama needs to do the eggs because we don't want to get the shells in there.
Yeah, if you get the
shells would not be very good. You want to do one? Well, okay.
Shells in the cake wouldn't quite be that good.
Okay, here.
It would be disgusting and gross. And
our bowl is not quite big enough, I don't think. We should have got a bigger one. That'd be all right. We'll manage, won't we?
But
all right.
if you want to make brownies, get a certain kind.
Yep. And next we're going to mix.
There's all kinds of cakes.
Hey, Austin, are you going to help Mama?
Yes, I am going to do this.
All right. We're going to turn it on, and you need to start out on low. And we're going to go slow, and we're going to mix all that together. Go slow.
And if you also want to do anything, you can also ask your kids for help if they want to help.
What did we make last night, guys? At home?
Some delicious things.
We made warm, chocolatey brownies, didn't we?
Yes.
They didn't last no time, let me tell you. We took those things out of the oven, and they were gone within just a matter of minutes between the 4 of us. And of course, Daddy and I had to have ice cream over ours.
And I ate them when they were hot.
Yeah, they were hot. All right, we got to get it mixed up real good.
And if you
Aaron, if you will pour that, we've got about half a cup of chopped pecans. Aaron, just add those right in, baby.
All
All of them.
That tastes so good.
Yep. And we're going to add those in and stir those in.
Are we going to be able to taste those?
Huh? Yeah, we'll be able
I
to
never
taste.
tasted this kind.
Oh, this is good, guys.
Oh, I know it's good.
Well, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, now, your batter is mixed. Let's turn it off.
And we shall turn this off.
And
if your kids want to lick these, they can lick.
Yeah, they can. You get surprise, surprise. My kids want to lick them.
Every day.
And then we are going to, like I said, you could bake this in a bundt pan or, you know, a two-layered cake pan, but we're going to actually do cupcakes today. So we have a non-stick muffin pan that we're going to spray with these wonderful sprays now that have the flour in them. And they're just so good for this kind of thing. I need to grab a spoon, guys. Mama forgot the spoon. And we're going to...
I want to do it.
Okay, hang on.
I want to do it too.
We're going to spoon. We got to go to a break here real quick and then we'll do it. We're going to spoon in. We're going to fill them up about 3/4 of the way with the batter. Okay, you can do it. Just a second. And then we're going to put these in the oven over the break, and we'll be right back. Aaron, can you say we'll be right back in just a minute?
I'll be right back in just a minute.
We'll be right back.
Aaron, Austin, and Mommy cooked something really good. We just put the cupcake batter into this.
We did, didn't we? And
yes.
Let's get these in the oven, okay?
And we're gonna put those in the oven like we did the mini ones.
And we
are putting those in the oven so they can be good to eat.
Now those are going to bake at 350 degrees for about 15 or 16 minutes or so. We'll test those.
Oh, and that is very hot.
Okay, and in the meantime, guys, we are going to make what's called a chocolate frosting or a chocolate ganache for our delicious cupcakes, Aaron. Yes.
What channel is that?
Okay, and then what we're going to do in a small saucepan, we are going to bring about, I don't know, a half a cup to a cup. We'll see how much we need of heavy cream to a simmer. What we're going to do with that, we're going to warm all that, and then we may or may not need it. We'll see at the end. We're going to pour that over some chocolate chips.
And that is
And that
cream.
will melt the chocolate chips. That's heavy cream, guys. That's heavy cream. Now our soup is just simmering away over there in this pot.
And our soup smells very, very good.
It does, doesn't it? It's got potatoes
and carrots, asparagus.
No asparagus. Celery.
And celery.
And onion.
And onions.
In chicken and vegetable stock.
And chicken and vegetables. And potatoes.
Now, you know what? We need to season this.
Fresh potatoes, that is.
Fresh potato. We're going to season this with about a teaspoon or so of kosher salt. Guys, we're adding some kosher salt and some freshly ground pepper to our soup. And then we're going to mix.
Aaron, our brothers.
You all are brothers, aren't you?
Yes.
We are going to mix.
Sweet
Can I get in here so we can get this thickened up? We're going to mix about half a pint of heavy cream. Pour that in there. Pour that in there. Wait just a second. You can do this, Austin.
Okay.
Pour that in there.
Then I can put that in there? Mm-hmm. Oh, man,
I
want to pour that in there.
Okay, just pour it in there, honey. Remember.
Give it to me.
Okay, just a second. Austin, I don't want all that. I want about half of it right now. Put about half of that in there. Come on. Let's get it in there.
And Austin is going to dump some of this stuff in there.
It's flour. All-purpose flour, guys. What we're doing. Okay, that's good for now.
And I just had to dump a few of it in.
Now we're going to.
And Aaron should stop messing with it.
We're going to make a thickening sauce for the soup.
I'll pour it.
Okay, now Mommy has to do this. We're going to pour that in a whisk because I'm going over that hot pot. Use a whisk to stir out any lumps over the cream and flour, all-purpose
And
flour.
we are making something really good.
And I always pour
very,
my
very good.
thickening into the soup pot over a sieve so that any lumps that might possibly, where did my spoon go? There we go. That might possibly still be in the flour will be stirred out. That way you don't end up with a lumpy soup.
And it won't be lumpy anymore.
Be lumpy anymore.
It will be delicious and
So
delicious.
we are adding our
delicious
flour
indeed.
and our, hold that for me. Okay guys, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to serve this soup
Goodbye.
and those cupcakes. We will be right back in just a minute.
Goodbye, people.
Joshua chapter 1 verse 5 says, "No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so am I with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you." You know, the Word of God says that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. As the promise that He made to Moses, that He was with him, He makes that promise to us today. God is with us because He is the same. Isn't it comforting to know that no one can stand against you? No plan of the enemy can conquer you as long as you are in the Lord. His Word promises us that He is with us all the days of our lives. No enemy can conquer us. No foe can defeat us. As He was with Moses, God is with you. And we are welcome back. Now,
Welcome back to the show.
we have got our potato soup done, and we went ahead and we put just some of it in a bowl here. And with the soup, you can garnish it any way you like. I just have some fresh chopped parsley that I'm going to float on top, and I like butter in my potato soup. So I have a pat of butter that I am just going to put on the very top of the soup, and as you can see, it looks yummy.
Oh, and we
and
also
delicious.
finished our mini cupcake.
And we had some extra batter
We have
from our full-size cupcakes, so we made some little mini ones, and we've got
and
those
the
out.
mini cupcakes
Okay,
are
guys,
up
hang
now
on. All right,
a steel
hang on just a second, please. So to glaze these, we're going to make a chocolate ganache. We've got some heavy cream warming. We have some chocolate chips. What we're going to do is just pour some of the heavy cream, whoa, that's enough, over the chocolate chips. Wait just a second. That's a great way to melt your chocolate chips, and just let that set for just a minute and then start stirring. Hang on. No, this is hot, honey. This is very hot. Stir your chocolate chips, and as you can see, they're just melting.
And they're turning, and this is turning brown, can't you see?
Because the chocolate, Aaron, can you get me some of those extra chocolate chips that we had left over?
Yeah. No, not those, not those.
Yes, those. Just a second. And pour me just a few in here.
Just grab one.
Let's
grab some.
Let's put just a few more in here. And as you can see, our ganache is turning chocolatey and shiny and glazed, and we need just a few more.
Brown.
Dark brown because of the chocolate. Now remember, the heat from the cream
Aaron, put those back.
just makes the ganache yummy and creamy.
And it looks so good
It does
that you
look-
can eat it right now.
You really could eat that right now. I could just eat that whole bowl of that chocolate right
Yeah,
now.
but you shouldn't eat
You
it
should
yet.
not. Let's get our cream off the stove. We don't need any more of that. Now,
It's still on the
your
stove.
ganache, as you can tell, it has melted all of your chocolate. And so you want to take your yummy. You could do this a couple of ways. You could take your cupcakes and dip them down in the chocolate sauce, which is what we're going to do today.
And we're dipping the cupcakes down in
Dip
there.
them down in there, and that just, that yummy chocolate is so good. I could just eat it all.
I could just eat it, all of them.
And then,
I could.
all right, go on, sweetie. Wait just a second. And there we go. Hang on just 1 minute, baby. Come here.
Do it.
All right.
Bad.
Well, our program for today, Aaron, is over. And so we want to eat these yummy chocolate cupcakes. I want to thank you, and Aaron wants to thank you. He's eating the leftovers. Want to thank you for joining us today. I sure have enjoyed having you on the program with me today. Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
I love you very much.
Love you.
You're my good little chef, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell them? Can you say, we'll see you next time?
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Everyday Manna with Lisa. This program is made possible by viewers like you. Your support is continually needed to keep Christian programming on the air. Please send your best financial gift to Living Faith Television in care of Everyday Manna, P.O. Box 1867, Abingdon, Virginia 24212.